the channel. If you are new here, I'm Christina. I do everything with home design and home decor hauls on a budget. So today's video is going to be a really fun video. It's a high-end DIY video using only Dollar Tree products. A couple of products are from Walmart, but most of them are from the Dollar Tree today. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Stick around to the end of the video because I saved the best for last. I created a beautiful side table to go with my new navy blue furniture. It's beautiful, it turned out great, and I couldn't be happier. So stick around to the end, leave a comment, leave a like, and let's get into this video. All right, for the first DIY, I grabbed these bells from the Dollar Tree. These 3 paints are from Walmart. They're 88 cents a piece. And I got a roll of this jute ribbon. And that's all you'll need for this DIY, and you'll need a paintbrush. I was so inspired by these pictures on Pinterest of these rusty bells, so this is what I wanted to recreate today. So I just went ahead and grabbed my scissors and cut off all the tags on the bells, and also I'm going to remove these handles here and also the ribbons. I just cut them right off and they came right out of the little hole, and I could use those for another project, so I'm just gonna put those aside. Now that my bells are all clear of all of the ribbons and everything, I'm going to start painting them. I mixed some colors together from Walmart, and I really wanted to give them that rusty look. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my base color. It's this tannish cream color that I think would be beautiful for the base of the bell. And I'm just gonna give it a really good full coverage here to cover them and make them look really finished, and then I'll go ahead and add more colors to give it more of that vintage look in the end. So now I'm going to add some of this metallic paint that I picked up from Walmart. I figured that would kind of give it more of that like shiny bell, rustic bell look, you know, like they've been rusted outside for a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dab that in all around the bell. There's no perfect way to do this. You just kind of want to make it look, you know, just aged. So use your eye. You can do this super easy. Okay, so now that I've dabbed that in, I'm gonna add a little bit of this like rusty color here. I believe it was called Sienna Brown. It's like 88 cents from Walmart. You cannot beat these paints for the price. They're amazing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that in like I did the other paints, just to give it more of that rusty color. Now I'm gonna grab some soil from outside mixed with a little bit of water. You guys can use any soil from your yard. Just mix it with a little bit of water and then grab a glove and dab it into your bells. And this is gonna give your bells texture and give it that aged vintage look. Now I'm gonna cut some of this jute ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and tie these ribbons through that bell hole, the same hole that you pulled off the green little handle. And I'm going to go ahead and make a really beautiful bow, and really easy, just tie it however you would like. And I'm going to repeat this on the second bell. And you can always cut off the excess ribbon, but I always like to do a little bit extra while I'm doing it so I can make a really nice bow. And I love the way that these turned out. For the next DIY, this is one of my easiest DIYs. You're just gonna pick up some of this box paper wrap here from the Dollar Tree and one of their Dollar Tree 8x10 frames. And I'm going to use the same paints that I used from Walmart and one of the Dollar Tree paintbrushes. So you're just going to go ahead and use your scissors and open all the packaging on your frame. These came 2 in a box and you get 2 gift boxes, and I loved how rustic and natural and earthy these looked, so I'm going to save the other one to wrap a gift in. But I loved this one that said peace on the front. I just thought it was so gorgeous to make art from. So you're just going to go ahead and take off the back of that picture frame, and you're going to use the paper that's inside the picture frame for a measuring tool. So set everything aside, and then you're going to grab your gift box, put that paper right on the front, and you're going to use this as a measuring tool. Use your scissors and just cut out around the 8x10 paper that comes with the frame, and that will be your art picture. So after you cut around it, now you have your perfect little piece here. You're just going to start painting the frame. So I mixed some colors together like I did before with the bells, a little bit of the rusty color, a little bit of the metallic, and a little bit of that yellow. I wanted to go for the same vibe with this picture frame as I did with the bells, just to kind of give it that rustic, earthy tone that's so popular this year that I'm bringing into my home for the Christmas season. So after that dries, I was letting that dry, I put it aside. I grabbed some of this boho ribbon that's new to the Dollar Tree this year. It's so gorgeous, you guys. They had so many different prints, and I'm just gonna go ahead and form a bow here. There's no perfect way to do this. Go ahead and tie your bow. And I picked up some E6000 from Walmart, which is the best deal. It's $2.99 and it works the best. I'm just gonna put a little glob on there and stick my bow right to the gift box. Then you're gonna go ahead and let that dry for about a half an hour. And then you just put your picture right back in your frame. It kind of sticks out a little bit. You just kind of have to shove it in there, but it will work. You just have to put the back on pretty firmly, but it will fit right in. Close up your tabs, and then you have a really beautiful piece of art. I love the way this one turned out. For the next DIY, I picked up some of these Dollar Tree Christmas wreaths. I love these. I think they're so great for the price. Some more of that jute ribbon and another roll of that boho ribbon down here, and like that little boho print. 2 of these rustic bells from Walmart, you guys. They're 2 for $1.98, and some of their spray paint for 98 cents. That's all you'll need for this DIY. So then you're gonna go ahead and use your scissors and cut off the bells and also the red ribbon that comes with these wreaths. You can always save those for another project down the road, but I won't be needing it for this project. So after you remove all of the bells and the ribbons, you'll have your 2 wreaths. Then you're gonna take them to a place that's dry, maybe a garage or a laundry room. You're gonna use your spray paint. Always get the kind that's $1, you guys, from Walmart, because it works the best to give it that flocked look that looks like snow. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray these a couple of times just to give it more of a high-end, elegant look and a little bit more of a flocked look, which I think makes these wreaths look a lot more expensive. And I let these dry for about 2 hours. So then you're gonna grab the bells. These come attached, so you're just gonna cut them in half so you have two separate bells. Then you're gonna grab your rustic jute ribbon here. And also your little boho ribbon, which I love this year. It's so cute. I love this stuff. So I'm going to cut little pieces here so I can attach my rustic bells to my wreaths. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie this ribbon around the wreath to attach the bell. And I just tied mine in a little bow. You could leave some ribbon hanging, you can cut it off, whatever you would like for this DIY. But either way looks so cute. Then you're gonna cut two pieces of the larger ribbon, and this is gonna be what you're gonna hang your wreaths up with. And I think this DIY was so easy, but turned out so beautiful. And I love, love the way these look in my dining room. And for the last DIY, I absolutely love this idea. I picked up some of these bowls from the Dollar Tree and one of their marble plastic chargers, some more E6000, a paintbrush, and a sample of paint from Lowe's. You're gonna wanna use an actual paint for this project because you want the paint to adhere to your plastic. So I don't advise getting the paint from Walmart. Get something from Lowe's that's gonna be well lasting and work well on the plastic. So then you're gonna grab your E6000 and you're gonna go ahead and just put a generous amount around the base here, and that's gonna be what you're going to adhere the second layer of the table to. So after you attach that, you're just gonna keep going around the table and gluing each section. And you're gonna wanna make sure you guys let this dry for at least overnight. I mean, I let this dry probably 24 hours before I painted it. And a good generous amount, you want to make sure that you have enough on here so the table doesn't tip over while it's drying. So then you're going to go ahead and attach the next piece. And the very top, you're going to want to put a lot. So I put a ton on the top because I really wanted to make sure that the top base was going to be sturdy for whatever I put on this. Now I'm going to be putting a lamp on my table. You guys can put whatever you want on it. My lamp was fairly light, so it worked. And I was really surprised how durable this table really turned out to be. So now I'm going to grab my tan paint. I really want this table to look like rustic and earthy because I wanted it to really stand out next to my navy blue mid-century modern sofas. So I chose this color and I'm going to mix it with a few other colors just like I did with the bells. And you're going to want to give this full coverage all the way around and make sure you're getting every single piece of the plastic covered. So once that first layer is dry, you're going to want to go ahead in and add a couple more layers of colors just to give it more of a textured look. Right now I'm adding some soil. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do because I'm putting texture underneath. So I'm going to add this all the way around. Just grab a glove and tap it into your table. And that's going to give it that textured look. You don't want to brush this on. You really want to tap it in. That's going to make it stick and give it that kind of vintage look. So after I was done putting the soil on, I just tapped in a little bit of this rusty color and a little bit of gray. I'm just kind of pushing it in with my paintbrush to kind of adhere it to the table but not make it look too perfect. And after that, I just kind of tapped it in with some more tan paint just to kind of finish it off. And I let this dry overnight, and I love the way that this turned out in my living room. All right, you guys, well, that was it for today. Let me know in the comments below which DIY was your favorite. And if you're not subscribed to this channel already, please do. I would love to have you. Next week, I'll be doing another Dollar Tree haul. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys then. Bye, guys.